All right, everybody. So it's Sunday. Today's video is going to be about doing the hard things, building your own business, recognizing that pain now is better than pain later. And just to give you a quick background on myself, I'm Luke. I have been in America working in the hemp and cannabis space for the past 12 years now. I have built and lost multiple businesses, and right now is an example of just some of the problems that you face in business that often just basically falls on the owner, right? So we have vape disposables that are effectively like 6,000 miles away from where they need to be, and they're in the wrong place. It was a wrong decision really to send them here. In this industry, of course, you will deal with lots of seizures, problems. I'm sure you have that in a lot of, just problems occur anyway in anything in life. You can either make money and learn from your problems, or you can work for somebody else and help them figure out their problems, and you'll still have your own. And so I find in today's culture, it is very, I don't know whether it's just from all the social media or it's just it's the quick dopamine hits where everyone wants everything now. And the thoughts of going through a lot of pain or struggle is people run away from that. And that's all fine and well, but just don't bitch about it later, because there's a hell of a lot of people that will take that bet and go to the pains and sufferings. I actually lived up there for a while when I was moving my business. Again, more fuck ups, right? I had not paid any attention to really cash flowing my ego and my self-belief. I got humbled, and I had this is a 1,500 square foot facility. I had 8,000 square foot facility with 2 businesses in it with 15 employees. And not only that, I was being gouged by the landlord. But one thing I will say is no shame on him. It's all on me. Take responsibility for your actions. I was the one that said, give me a 2-year lease instead of the 1. I'd like some more pain and suffering, please, God, because I haven't actually learned yet about how to actually build a business. So if you could please just slap me around a little bit so that I can learn, because I'm not listening on my own. Thank you very much. And so that's effectively what happened, where I was basically all out of money. I had to fire a lot of staff at Christmas. And would you get this? I wanted to be the best employer ever. I took all the staff out to we spent a couple of grand on the staff party, and I fired them the week after. Do you think that those staff wanted a Christmas party, or do you think those staff wanted a job? So my advice to a lot of you, if you're going to start a business, is number one, the business needs to be healthy. Get an admin assistant, focus on sales, get someone to help you with sales. That's what you need to do, and get cash flow positive. Because if you don't, what happens is especially with some of the blunders. Now I'm going to share with you I've made so many fuck ups. It's not even funny. And I'm still here now, mainly because I'm very resilient. And for instance, in this other example that I gave, me and one other guy, effectively, we had one other guy came in and out a little bit, moved an 8,000 square foot facility, and it nearly broke me. I had no money. I had to send my wife and kids to their parents in another country because I literally didn't want them to be there for all of the stuff that was about to happen. And I had nowhere to go. I was literally a person that for the first time in my life, like I was afraid if the car ran out of gas, petrol, that what was I going to do, because I had no money. Like I had no credit cards, I had no debit cards, I had nothing. Like the bank was tapped. And I remember I sleeping up there eating peanuts because, and this isn't a joke, I was literally like, what is the most cheapest thing that I can get that's going to make my stomach feel full? And it was horrible. There's no other way to put it. And I absolutely thought about folding. I thought about quitting. And, you just need to keep going. Like a lot of it is, I find a lot of the pains and sufferings, it's like an ego death again and again and again. Because if you think about it, the reason a business is so tough is that you really don't know what you're doing until you know what you're doing. And every time you figure out what you're doing, then you get to the next edge of the bubble and you don't know what you're doing again. And depending on how you are with your finances, if you mess up, suddenly someone's not getting paid, especially in its infancy. And so even now, this business has been going for 5 years now. And, I still, we run into issues with employees, right? Especially when you're a smaller business. We have multiple locations. We've got some locations over in Europe as well. But it's like, I don't necessarily need someone to be full-time here. And I don't have enough work for them in this specific spot to be full-time. And so trying to find someone part-time who can call when you need them in a small rural area with a population of 40,000 people is tough. And so guess who gets to do it all? You got it. Yours truly. So here I am on a Sunday night. I'm packing up boxes, sticking it in the truck, which again, I'm also going, this isn't the best use of my time, but sometimes it is. Right? Like if there's no one else to do it and it's delayed, then that's obviously terrible. But I will say this is that you will find success over time. I will say this, I have a huge faith in God. I have a huge faith that I'm on the right track, that if I'm not on the right track, that God is going to reward me later, that I'm patient, that my time will come. Every dog has his day. And I might not be able to see it now, but I know there's going to be a point in time where I will look back on all this and laugh. I'm 35 now. I wrote myself a few years ago about having millions and millions and millions of dollars by this stage. And I don't. But what I do have is, I'm going to share in another video, is I do have financial independence. I do have all my debts cleared off. These past 2 years has effectively been me cutting my credit card debts, me taking accountability. That pain and suffering that I had with moving the business, I'll never go back there again. It's not possible. I will never, ever, ever put me and my family through that ever again. And so it's been 2 years now of financial literacy. So what do we do? For my family now, we write down all of our transactions. We make sure we know exactly what we're spending. We have budgets. I know exactly how much I need per month. I know how much I need to make. I know how much we spend on food. I know how far I can go, basically. And it's also, the one thing I'll also say too is that I'm incredibly grateful for everything that I have now. And I was lost for a long time being like, I want billions of dollars, right? And sometimes when we are unsure of ourselves, it's like, oh, what do I want billions for? I have no idea, right? It's like, oh, then I'll be happy. And so all that stuff is bullshit. And I'm actually happy now. I'm actually happy now with my family. When I got humbled down to nothing, I am so thankful for everything I have. No joke. I'm so thankful. I've got 3 healthy kids. I've got a wife that loves me. I've been in a relationship for 8 years, married for 6. I have a business. I might not be making tens of millions now, but like, I have my health. If everything was to be stripped away from me, I got jiu-jitsu, I got my wife and kids, I know our budgets and how much we need and what we need to get by. And of course, there's going to be some of you saying, well, you don't want to get by, you want to thrive. But I'm saying, if I was to lose everything, I'm fine. And also working out tremendously helped my mental health. Tremendously. Now, this thing about mental health, it's sort of, I don't know, it's a little bit wishy-washy these days because honestly, it's like this day and age is like, it's soft as fuck. And I say that meaning that we really have been engineered, in my opinion, to really just like not have any strong backbone. And the thoughts of upsetting people, the thoughts of people not liking you, whatever it is keeping everybody quiet. No one wants to take any risks. And so when I am sharing these videos with you, I want to share with you all of the fuck ups that I've done. Because like, if I could do it all over again, which I would not change anything because I'd still have all of my pain and suffering that if I didn't know about it, it's going to come in a different way, right? And so, look, all I want to say to you is this, is like, it's Sunday, it's 9 p.m. I'm working here in a warehouse, loading up a truck then I'm driving the truck, I own the truck, I don't have a driver to bring the truck, right? I'm the one driving the truck. And then I'm going to get these products shipped across the world where they're going to then be distributed and manufactured and sold. But I've only gotten here through learning through all my pain and suffering. And just coming back to what I was saying around a minute ago, if I had nothing, jiu-jitsu is $140 a month for me, my wife, and my son. And I get more fulfillment from jiu-jitsu going 5 days a week. And the feeling I feel, I'm sure you see in the videos, if I had nothing and I had jiu-jitsu, my wife and kids, and I knew that they were good, I'm good, right? I'm good. And so, especially for someone who lives in America, you can choose where you want to live. If you're in a place that you don't like, move. Like, move. America has nearly every single climate. There's so many different places that you can visit. A lot of different economic options for you. And choose you. And be around people that are healthy. The one thing I love about my gym is health. I love being around other men that want to get after it and push themselves and bring themselves to the point of like loss. And that's it with business too. But the beauty about business is like, and majority of people, by the way, be careful who you listen to, your friends, your family. I was told through my whole life, like, don't do this. Don't do this. You're going to get arrested. You're going to run into these problems. And you know what? Sometimes they were right. And they could be right 9 times out of 10. But guess what? If I hit it out of the park once, all of them are wrong now. And I've got financial freedom for my whole entire family. So that's going to be my wealth video for today about building wealth. Because again, I just want to come back to this. So wealth is basically a way for you to be financially free. And in order to do that, it's really about compounding interest over time. So whether I sell this business, I don't particularly want to. I love this business. And after coming out of the hole, again, majority of businesses close in 5 years or less. So I'm going to continue doing this, continue doing international business. And at some point in time, either this is going to be left for my sons, and slowly it rolls into something that could turn into $10, $100 million business. And that comes with time. And so little bit by little bit, you live, you learn. And You roll with the punches. So again, I just want to say I'm Luke. I speak about health, wealth, and relationships. And in all of these videos, you'll see how they all come together. Because the relationship with myself is always number one. Because if I don't know who I am and the why I do things and the way I do things, everything else suffers. Like the business decisions that a lot of the problems that I made, I found were due to my ego, right? They were due to my ego, due to me being out of touch with myself. And when you're out of touch with yourself, you make stupid decisions. I was making decisions primarily based on my mind, whereas it's really about the alignment of the heart, mind, and body. And the more that you can do that, the more you can make clearer decisions, the less you'll be lost, the more satisfied that you'll be with life, the better your relationships will be, the better your health will be, the more wealth that you can create. So I hope you found these videos useful today. Let me know in the comments below if you've ran your own businesses, if you're familiar with any of these struggles. And I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow, everybody. Peace.